Good afternoon, my fellow Snapchatters, and welcome to our special Father's Day edition of the Neighborhood Kitchen. Today is actually the debut of my cooking show title, so hopefully you like it. If you don't, go fuck yourself. What am I going to tell you? So, those of you that know me, some of you don't, Father's Day is not typically my favorite day of the year, but I do like to spend the day, drinking and cooking and trying to forget a lot of the shit. So, today we have a pretty big show. This is actually the first time ever anyone is actually going to see me make my world famous Holy Q barbecue sauce. It's been a secret recipe for a number of years. I'm going to tell you the story about how I came about with that. So today's menu, we're going to have obviously the barbecue sauce. We're going to do some barbecue ribs on the grill. I'm going to show you how that gets done too, and some creamed cucumbers, which is okay. So before we get started, I'd like to point out I'm wearing my official Father's Day swag. This was Major League Baseball's Father's Day shit last year. So before we get started, we're going to start off with a cocktail. I will be enjoying libations all afternoon, as I've been pretty much all morning. So my cocktail of choice today is a signature margarita. Now, a lot of people like margaritas, and pretty much everybody makes them wrong. That's the truth. Those are facts. Most people, when they think margaritas, they think, rot gut tequila and that shit margarita mix you buy in the store, which is basically diabetes in a bottle. So I'm going to show you how to make a margarita proper. And it's not that complicated. I don't know why people overcomplicate this. Now, if you want to, this is the base margarita, and then from here, if you want to make it a frozen one, you add ice, you stick it in a blender, go nuts. Some people like salt on their rim. I don't, okay? Truthfully, I don't even know where the fucking salt on the margarita rim came from, because if you go to Mexico and you order a margarita, unless you're a tourist, okay? You're a tourist, they go, "Can I have the salt, please?" Okay? But if you order a regular margarita, they give it to you without salt in a rocks glass. Nothing, none of those fancy fucking volcano glasses. So, here's how we're gonna do this. So I start with a mixing glass, okay? I have tequila, good tequila. I'm using this Libre Spirits. It's a silver tequila. I like the Blancos for margaritas. They're crisp. They're a little cleaner. If I'm going to drink the margarita, if I'm going to drink tequila on the rocks or something like that, I'll go with more of an añejo. We're also going to be using Cointreau, okay? Some fresh lime juice and a little simple syrup. Simple syrup is just that. It's simple. Okay, anybody can make this. It's equal parts sugar and water. So you take a cup of sugar, a cup of water, put it in a little saucepan, put it over low heat. You keep stirring it until it's all melted. 1, 2, 3, you got simple syrup. So here we go. All right, so we start, you're going to build this in our mixing glass. All right, so a shot and a half of tequila. So that's a 6 count on a pour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Okay, half a shot. A full shot of Cointreau. Now, typically a margarita is made with triple sec, which is an orange liqueur, but it's a little too overpoweringly sweet, and I think it ruins the drink. So I typically go with something a little bit more upscale, which is Cointreau or Grand Marnier, which will work fine too. It's an infusion of orange liqueur and Spanish brandy or French brandy. Okay, then we're going to put a half a shot of lime juice and a full ounce of our simple syrup. Okay, there you go. Pretty simple, right? Put a lid on the shaker and give it a little shaky shake. Okay. When you're shaking a cocktail, really what it does is it super chills it. Certain cocktails should be shaken, others should be stirred. But that's another shot. Okay? That's all mixed up nice. You're going to strain it into a glass with fresh ice. Look at that. Beautiful. It's calling to me. It's going, "Hey, papi, you go and drink me, please." Now, I like to garnish it with a little lime twist. Okay? And a little lemon twist. Sometimes I use orange peel, but I'm going to use orange and lemon peel, okay? The reason I do that is actually the flavor of the lime Okay, so the reason why I use the peels is because when you give it a little twist, all the flavor, the orange, the lemon and the lime, is all in the zest, in the peel. So when you twist it, you give it a little pop, it releases the botanicals, the oils, and it perfumes and flavors your cocktail. So there you go. Look how pretty that looks. See? Get that? All right, beautiful. Hey, salud. Happy Father's Day. God damn. Mira, you're drinking over this, papi. You're going to be speaking Spanish very good, you know? Okay. So, now we got our cocktail down. Let's talk about food, all right? So we got some ribs. Now, barbecue ribs. Takes a couple days. It's a process. So first you got to prep your ribs. I'm going to show you how to do that, and then I'm going to show you what we do after we prep them. So hang in there. We'll be right back. Okay, so first what you want to do is you want to prep your ribs before you barbecue them. So what I got right here is a rack of regular St. Louis style ribs, okay? I mean, there's two different kinds. You can go baby back. They're a little small, a little tender, but I like a nice meaty rib, so I tend to go with the St. Louis cut. Now, this step you could skip, but I recommend that you don't. You ever wonder why when you go to a barbecue joint the ribs are nice and tender and fall off the bone beautiful? It's because they remove the silver skin. It's this little thin membrane on the back end of the ribs. Here's the front, here's the back. All right, so very important. If you leave it on, that's fine, but then you're gonna have a tough rib. It's not gonna be, fall off the bone barbecue tender. So it's a little tricky to get started, okay? But it requires a little bit of patience. I recommend you use a small paring knife, and you start in the corner here, okay? I already started mine, but you start in the corner and you just peel it up just enough that you can get your fingers underneath it, okay? See? Okay, and like I said, very carefully, you just work your fingers. You finger your ribs a little bit, have a little fun, treat it nice. Here I am, I'm just fingering my ribs. Just get underneath there. If you tear it, that's okay. They require some practice. Alright, but you get the idea. So what you want to do is you want to basically lift all of this off. See, look at that. Nice, right? Okay, you want to lift all of that off. And then we can season them. Alright? And now for seasoning, I have my special spice rub. Okay? That, can't tell you exactly what's in it. But, I'll give you a little hint or two. Okay, so we got our ribs de-skinned, ready to go, ready to be seasoned. Like I said, you could skip that part if you really want to. I don't recommend that you do. You're going to have tough ribs. What's the point of fucking barbecuing ribs if they're going to be tough? If you're squeamish or you just don't feel like doing it, you can always ask your butcher to do it. They'll be happy to help you out. So what I did was I got a cookie sheet, I laid out some plastic wrap, and I got my secret barbecue spice rub. Now, like I said, this is a secret, so I can't tell you exactly what's in it. If you want a variant of it, just instant message me and I can give you a little variant. But I will tell you one or two secret ingredients that's in here. It's the regular cast of characters that you could imagine being in a barbecue rub. I also add a little bit of brown sugar to it to help with the caramelization, give it that nice crust, that bark. And one little secret ingredient I will share with you, I put a little Hershey's cocoa powder in here. It gives it that nice, dark, rich mahogany color, and it makes your ribs just look sexy. So, okay, so let's not be stingy with our rub. Okay, we got plenty of rub here. Season these liberally. I like to do the bone side first. Okay. So as you can see, I'm not skipping. And then just give it a little rub. You just fingered the ribs. You might as well rub them too, right? Treat them nice, they'll treat you nice too. That's my philosophy. Okay. Just get in there, rub all that flavor in there nice. You want to get a little bit on the fattier parts, okay? There you go, look at that, beautiful, all right? Look at that. If you could smell this, wow, holy shit, you'd be losing your fucking mind, I tell you, all right? You almost want to just put this on your breakfast cereal in the morning or mix it into your coffee or something. Go ahead, go nuts, be creative. Why not? Okay, now we flip them, all right? I got some rub here. Just fell off the bones. That's okay. We ain't gonna waste that. That's some good shit right there. All right. Look at that. Okay. Now. Okay. So like I said, it's equally. Just get that all nice and happy. Put your rub down there. Okay. That's good. and then you just want to really pack that in too when you're seasoning this. So what we're gonna do is after we get this all nice and rubbed down and seasoned and happy, it's like getting a massage. Like, you want to massage your ribs. You play with your food a little bit. What the hell? Why not? Okay. Cooking is a lot like sex. If you don't do the prep part of it right, the rest of it ain't gonna go too well for you. I hate to break it to you. You know. So we're gonna get a little bit over here in the corner. Don't want to skip that. So yeah, attention to detail. That's all right. So once we get this all nice and rubbed down, okay, then we're gonna wrap it up overnight in the plastic. Okay, and that's why I put this cookie sheet down. So in case any wrap gets loose here, it doesn't go all over the kitchen. Okay, so you see we got our ribs wrapped up nice and tight in plastic. I'm gonna stash this in the fridge overnight. Okay, and let it get all happy. This dry rub is going to start to permeate into the meat and flavor it up nice. And then when we throw this on a barbecue tomorrow on, it's going to be something special. Let me tell you, you're going to be you're going to feel the angels tickling your neck. All right, so 24, overnight in the chill chest, and then we'll be ready to go in a little bit. Okay, so see you when I see you. Okay, so our ribs have been chilling out in the fridge overnight. And as you can see, look how nice and happy these things got, right? That is waiting to be thrown on the barbecue. So I got the grill preheated up to about 250 degrees. Okay, these are going to go indirect on the grill for about 3-4 hours until the meat starts to pull away from the bottom of the bone. All right. So we're gonna go outside, check out the grill, see what's cooking out there, and get these ribs started. Okay. Okay, so we got, like I said, the grill set to about 250 degrees, and we're going to cook these ribs low and slow. Now, the difference between barbecuing and grilling is very, very different. It's like night and day. Most people don't know the difference. Most people misuse their barbecue grill all the time. It's called a barbecue grill for a reason. It has two purposes. You see, barbecuing is when you're cooking over indirect heat, low heat, and it typically goes low and slow. Grilling is hot and fast. Okay, that's like, a fun Friday night. When you grill something, you're grilling it over direct heat, high heat, okay, typically like burgers, steaks, hot dogs, some kinds of chicken. You're going to grill those, okay? Now, when you grill, you shouldn't close the lid. When you're barbecuing, you're going to set the temperature to low. You're going to offset the protein or whatever it is you're barbecuing. Keep the lid closed and let it go. Leave it alone. Don't bother it, okay? So here we go. All right, I got my ribs ready to rock over here. I have you can't see. As you can see, I have like a little grill pan set on top of my grill so the ribs don't get stuck in the grates or any of that shit. Okay, nobody wants stuck ribs. So you're gonna just take the ribs and just put them right on here. Okay, no sauce, no nothing. That's for later. All right, so we got your man. If you could smell these, God Almighty. All right, so you want to do them meat side up. All right, because they're going to self-baste. All right. There we go. And we'll be back in about 3-4 hours. See? Easy. Not too complicated. Okay, so while our ribs are barbecuing, we're going to start our barbecue sauce. That's the thing everybody's been waiting for. Now, this sauce is famous. Amongst people that I know. I always talk about it. I always tell people, listen, sometimes the worst thing you could do is have this sauce because it will ruin you for other barbecue sauces. Now, let me give you a little backstory about this sauce. It kind of is forever linked to Father's Day, for me anyways. For those of you who don't know, I lost my dad back in 2002. So, that's why I don't really like Father's Day. So typically my Father's Day consists of I hop on my bike, I go to the cemetery, I visit, I come back, I get drunk, I make something to eat. Okay? So one year, as a matter of fact, about 10 years ago, I did just that. I was about 3-4 hurricanes in, and I had decided to try making barbecue sauce again. See, I had been working on a recipe for about 10 years, and I could never get it right. There was always something missing. But I don't know, it was right around the third or fourth hurricane that I had. Inspiration hit me. I said, I'm going about this all wrong. I'm trying to make something that I don't know how to make. When I say that, I mean, there's different types of barbecue sauces. There's Kansas City style, which is basically molasses and brown sugar base. There's Texas style, which is a tomato base, usually ketchup. And then there's like the Carolina styles, which some have mustard, yellow mustard, some have vinegar. So I said, you know what? Why am I trying to make a Southern sauce or a Texas sauce or a KC sauce? This is fucking New York. We should have our own barbecue sauce. I mean, shit, New York's a melting pot, right? Greatest place in the world. Everybody wishes they were here. Even the ones that don't even know that they wish they were here. Wish they were here. Okay? So, I said, shit. I scrapped everything I knew and started from scratch. Thankfully, I had the presence of mind to write this shit down, as otherwise the recipe would be lost. Okay? Because not only did I fucking nail it, it's not like anything you've ever had before. You see, I was trying to copy other people's styles of sauces. I said, the hell with it. I'll come up with my own. And I came up with something that I like to call the Holy Q sauce. And the reason I call it the Holy Q sauce is because when you try it, man, you're going to get religious. Okay? You're going to feel Jesus blowing on your neck. You're going to hear the angels singing to you. Oh, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to ruin you for all other types of barbecue sauces. So, let's get cooking. Now, this is a secret sauce, so I cannot tell you exactly what's in it. Okay, I can't tell you all the measurements and everything, but I'll give you a little bit of an overview. You'll get the basic idea. And, you know, listen, I might put it on sale one day. Who knows, you might be able to buy it. But if you're nice to me, I'll send you a bottle or two. Okay, so first, I got a nice big sauce pot here like this. I'm going to start getting this hot. And to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay? And where I put my measuring spoon? Over here. And 2 tablespoons of just regular olive oil. Nothing crazy, no extra virgin, just olive oil, okay? Because extra virgin olive oil has a high smoking point. And what we want to do here is we want to sweat out some onions. So, I'm going to drop the heat a little bit on this. Alright. So, spoon. Okay. So we're just going to get our butter and oil nicely melted in the pot here, okay? And to this we're going to add 1 large Vidalia onion. Now, I didn't go crazy with chopping the onion. I just put a rough chop on it because when this is all done, I'm going to take the boat motor to this and just make it all nice and smooth and happy. So first we get our onion in there, okay? Okay, so our onions are sauteing. Now, what we want to do is we want to add a little bit of salt to them, okay? Now, let me give you a little pro tip here. What I'm trying to do here is sweat out the onions. I don't want to caramelize them. Okay, then when you saute it, when you caramelize, the worst thing you can do is add salt because it ain't going to caramelize. So I just want to sweat them out. I want to pull the moisture out of the onion. So I add a little pinch of, you know, kosher salt or sea salt or whatever you got. Give it a quick little stir. Okay? And when these start to get translucent, I'm going to add some garlic to it. Because, you know, hey, garlic makes everything better. Alright? So like I said, just put a nice little rough chop on these onions just so they cook down. Okay? And as these are sauteing, we'll talk about some of the other ingredients. So, these are about 27 different ingredients in the Holy Q sauce. Okay? I can't tell you what they all are, but okay, so our onions are nice and sweated out. To that, we're going to add 2 cloves of chopped garlic. Again, rough chop because this is all going to get blended up later anyway. And you want to just saute these until you can smell the garlic, until it becomes fragrant. You want to be careful here. You don't want to burn your garlic, because you burn the garlic, you got to throw everything out and start all over again, because burnt garlic just makes a terrible taste. It's like acrid. It's not good. It's not even boiling, right? All right, so here you go. Ooh, girl. It's smelling good. All right, so the garlic is just starting to get a little fragrant. Just give it a second or two. Be patient, okay? Cooking is all about patience, all right? I know. I'm not patient with a lot of shit, but there are a few 2-3 things that I am patient with. This is being one of them, okay? There's something about the smell of garlic and onion. Man, it takes me back to when I was a kid. You know, Sunday mornings, you know, waking up out of a friggin' stupor. My grandmother making gravy, okay? That's what we call it, gravy. All right, so now garlic is nice and sauteed. So to that, I'm going to deglaze the pan with about half a cup of pineapple juice. All I know you think pineapple juice. Ooh, Lord, girl, this child gone crazy and shit. Now, trust me, I know what I'm doing over here, all right? So, just deglaze the pan with that, okay? A little pineapple juice. Now, we're going to add the rest of our ingredients, okay? First up, we're going to add our liquid ingredients. Now, again, I'm not going to give you the measurements, but I'll just tell you what's in it. We got a little ketchup. We got some gluten spicy brown mustard. See, some Carolina sauces are mustard based. They use that yellow mustard shit. This is New York. We like our mustard spicy and brown, all right? A little soy sauce, a little Worcestershire sauce. Okay, some Frank's hot sauce, because, you know, that's where the best hot sauce comes from, New York. And I'll give you a secret ingredient, a little liquid smoke. This stuff is just concentrated hickory smoke, okay? It's just, they evaporate it, it's water-based, that's all it is. Now, there's other kind of liquid smoke, that's this stuff, but this is more of a glaze. This has got other ingredients in it, vinegar, sugar, all kinds of shit. That's actually good on, like, so if you brush it on some fish, if you like salmon, chicken, pork, whatever, okay? So, we're going to add our liquid ingredients, all right? Get that all in there. I got a rubber spatula here. Get it all out. Alright. Okay, there's a couple, 2, 3 other things. Oh, and there's also a little bit of that beautiful stuff from Tennessee, Jack Daniels. Don't worry. The alcohol is going to cook out. You're not going to get drunkified from this. Settle down. Okay, we're also going to add a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar to that. Okay, and now our dry ingredients. I got some brown sugar, just a touch. Okay. Fun fact, brown sugar is basically just sugar and molasses. So, I mean, like things that are molasses based and then you have to put, you know, sugar to it, just get some brown sugar. So it combines both, okay? That's going to add that nice mahogany color and texture to that. And then I'm also going to add, come on, not cooperating with me here. Cup of tomato sauce, because like I said, New York's a melting pot. And you know who built New York? The Italians. So we need a little tomato sauce to that, all right? So there you go. So I'm going to add about a cup of tomato sauce, okay, on top of everything else. All right. And then my secret spice blend. Similar to my barbecue rub, but some different, a few different types of ingredients that I add to the barbecue rub that aren't in here. So we add some of that, okay? And then you want to give it all a nice little stir. Okay, combine it all good. Make sure it's all incorporated. The brown sugar, the liquids, the spices, the onions, everything nice and getting happy. And everybody's making friends now. See? See? This is exactly what Rodney King had in mind. Can't we all just get along like some barbecue sauce? Shit. Okay? Oh, man, if you could smell this. This should be a cologne. Like, if you dab a little bit behind, you know, both ears, guys. You know, the ladies are going to start licking you. I'm just telling you. They're like, oh, shit, you smell good. Okay. So here we go. All right, look at, yeah, I just want you to see the color of this thing, okay? Look at that, look at the color of that. You can see my gut instead, but yeah, let's flip it around, okay? Look at, that's the color of heaven. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this come to a broil, okay? So I'm going to kick the heat up a little bit. And once it comes to a boil, you're going to drop the heat to low. And just let it simmer. You're going to cover it. Just let it simmer nice for about an hour. Okay? Just so everybody gets happy. And then when it's done, let it cool a little bit. And then we're going to hit it with the boat motor. Okay? That's the immersion blender. Okay? See, it's boiling now. So what I want to do is I want to drop the heat to very low. Okay? You get a lid. Nice. Voila. You know, every so often you come around, you give it a little stir, you taste it, you get excited, you know. Nice. All right? There we go. Beautiful. Look at that. It's going to be special. All right, so next up are creamed cucumbers. So hang out, and I'll be right back. All right, so next up on our hit parade is our side, our cucumber salad. Now, typically when you're eating barbecue, because it's rich, it's spicy, you know, it's got some, some very heavy flavors to it. You want something a little light, a little crisp, a little refreshing. That's why coleslaw is usually a fun go-to when it comes to a preferred side for barbecue. But I'm going to go a little different today. I'm going to go with a cucumber salad. It's actually called cream cucumbers. This is a Polish dish, believe it or not. I know what you're saying. Is he Polish? No, not. But actually, this recipe was passed down to me from a gentleman that I knew many moons ago. He was a Polish-Italian guy. Very, very, very nice guy. I used to call his nickname was Heavy. He used to like to eat, so he's a good dude. He taught me a lot of good shit. So this is one of them, and I think this is a nice, refreshing summer salad. It goes really good with barbecue. It's light. So this is a tribute to my friend Heavy. Wherever he is, I hope he's well. So first off, you're going to start. It's really simple. You're going to start with a little, cucumbers. Okay. So what I did was I took a cucumber. You could go with seedless. I like the seedless ones, but I couldn't find seedless, so I went with just a regular hothouse cucumber. I sliced it real thin. See, you want to get it nice and thin. Okay, that was actually 2 pieces. Nice and thin like that. And then what I do is I put it in a colander over a bowl. Let it sit there for about a half hour. So it drains all the moisture. Cucumbers are like 80% water. So and you don't want to add them right to the dressing because then it's going to water down your salad. It's going to look like fucking soup. Who the hell wants to eat creamy Polish soup? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I really don't want to eat it. So the dressing is real simple. So while the cucumbers are draining, you make the dressing and let it kind of marry together. And then when you're ready to serve it, you combine it all and you're ready to go. So you're going to start with about a half a cup of sour cream. I'm going to eyeball this, okay? I got an 8-ounce tub here. That shouldn't be. Okay, so we got a half a cup of sour cream, like I said. Now to that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of white vinegar. Okay, this is really simple. It's not too complicated. A teaspoon of just regular white sugar. Okay. I know what you think. Is that optional? No, it's not. Nothing's optional. Just do it the way I tell you. Okay. A tablespoon of dill. Now you don't go more than that because a little of this goes a long way. So some nice dill. Now, and I'm also going to add some dehydrated onion. Now, you probably wonder, why isn't he adding fresh onion? Well, for 2 reasons. One, if I add it fresh, okay, it's going to be too strong. It's going to overpower the dish, and I want the sweetness of the cucumbers to come through. I just want to have a little something to hitch on the back of the palate. Also, fresh onion is going to add too much moisture, so we don't want that either. So I'm going to just do maybe about a tablespoon and a half of dehydrated onion. It's going to reconstitute in the dressing anyway, so that looks about right. Okay, so there you go. Not too complicated. Okay, and that's it. Just real simple. And just whisk it all together. Just make sure it's all incorporated nice. Okay. And I did it in this little tub because when my cucumbers are nice and drained and I'm ready to eat, I'm going to throw the cucumbers in here, give it a quick little toss. Everything will be nicely coated. Okay. There you go. Beautiful. It's nice and light. Okay. The acid from the vinegar and a little bit of that onion and the sweetness with the cucumber is going to cut through the unctuousness of the ribs, so it balances your palate a little bit. See, you know, eating is not just about throwing things together, ingredients and stuff like that. It's balance. You got to balance your dish. Okay. You don't balance the dish, it all gets fucking jumbled together, like the Subway at rush hour. Okay. There we go. All done. All right. I've upgraded my cocktail to a pineapple margarita. A little extra pineapple juice. I added about a half ounce to my. Okay, so I had a half ounce of pineapple juice to this. I'm on. I think this is number 3 or 4. I lost count already. Okay, so our dressing is ready to go for our cucumber salad. We're gonna just put a lid on it, stick it in the fridge. Okay, like I said, in about a half hour. I already got about maybe a couple ounces under those cucumbers of liquid. Once about 30 minutes. Once that's all done, drained, you toss it in here, give it a quick little zhuzh, and you're good to go. All right. Our barbecue sauce is simmering away. In about 20 minutes, I'm gonna, take it off the heat and wait about 10-15 minutes. Hit it with the boat motor. Man, if you could smell it in here, it's making my big toe shoot up in my ear, Jordan. It's nice. Okay, so when we come back, we're gonna have sauce. We're gonna have ribs. We're gonna have cucumber salad. Hey, and probably a lot more margaritas. So keep the dial locked in. I'll see you in a few. Okay, so we're back. All right, I got another vacation in a glass over here. I'm up to like 7 or 8. Our barbecue sauce is finished cooking. It's cooled down a little bit.
So now we're going to hit it with the boat motor. This is an immersion blender. I suggest you buy one. If not, you can put this in a regular blender, but you have to make sure that this is cooled, because if you do it while it's hot, it's going to fucking explode everywhere like a high school science project. So as you can see, this thing's got some horsepower. So you just jam it right in here. And what this is going to do, it's going to just blend up all the onions and garlic and everything. It's going to make it nice and silky and smooth. And then what I'm going to do, right at the end, I'm going to kick the heat up a little bit. I'm going to hit it with an extra pat of butter. This is an old restaurant trick. You ever go to an Italian restaurant, you get some pasta dish and the sauce is nice and shiny and silky? Because right before they serve it to you, they hit it with like a tablespoon of butter. Okay, so like I was saying, you ever go to an Italian restaurant, you order a pasta dish, the sauce is nice and bright and silky and smooth? That's because right at the end, before they serve it to you, they add a pat of butter to it to wake it up a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do with this. So I hit it with the boat motor, all right? I put the immersion blender in. I blended it up nice and smooth, okay? This simmered for an hour, so it cooked down about a third, and it's got this nice, rich, dark, mahogany-looking type of color, all right? So I got the heat back on. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter to it, okay? There we go. And this is just going to bring it all together. It's going to make it a nice, silky, smooth type of bright and shiny sauce. All right? So just keep stirring it. Nice, nice. Look at that. I mean, you can see it waking up already. I mean, it's all... You could... I could drink this stuff. I mean, you could put this on the bumper of a friggin' truck. I mean, you could put this on the bumper of a truck, seriously. And it would be the most amazing bumper you ever eaten. Okay? You know, I'll tell you the truth. Sometimes when I go to a barbecue joint, I sneak a little bottle of this in with me because sometimes I get a little lazy. I don't feel like doing brisket or ribs or whatever, pulled pork. But what I'll do is I'll bring my sauce with me. I'll get their barbecue and then I put my sauce on it. See, that's my trick. All right, so this is good to go. So our barbecue sauce is ready. Okay, so now all we're waiting on really is the ribs. Okay, so in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the cucumber salad, the cream cucumbers, and let that all let the dressing marry into the cucumbers and make everybody all happy. So that's going to be up next. So keep your dial locked right over here. I'm telling you, it's a big day, right? Okay, so now we're ready to do our salad, our nice Polish cucumber salad. I gotta tell you, I know people wonder, why is he doing a Polish dish? Well, it's simple. Some of my favorite people in the whole world are actually Polish. See, I don't just like Italians. I like everybody. Well, I don't want to say I like everybody, but I don't discriminate. Put it to you that way. All right, so our cucumbers have drained. They drained out a nice couple ounces of liquid there. I don't know if you can see that, but so this is as good as it's gonna get. This has been sitting about an hour. My dressing has been sitting in the fridge for about an hour. So I'm just going to add the cucumbers to this, okay? I'm going to give it a quick toss, and then I'll put the lid back on it, give it a little shaky shake, and we're good to go, okay? This is what summer should taste like, personally, if you ask me. And it's a nice little alternative to your pasta salad. Like I said, it was a nice little alternative to your pasta salad, your potato salad, your coleslaw. It's something that you don't really find very often. I think it's nice and refreshing. Okay, the sour cream, the vinegar, the dill, cucumbers, and it really does balance out a barbecue dish nicely. So we do that like this, and we put the lid back on it. That's good. This dressing too, you could put this on a truck or a tire or a midget, and it would be good. So hey, put the lid on it. Why stress myself out? Okay. Perfectly dressed. So that's going to hang out in the fridge until our ribs are ready. Another couple hours on that, and we're good to go. So I'll see you in a few. Okay, so our ribs are basically done. They've been cooking over low heat for about 3-4 hours now. So I just want to give you a quick little look-see at to what they look like here. Look at that. Okay, so you see, the meat is pulled off the bone a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit it with a little bit of my special barbecue sauce. And I'm just going to just kiss it over direct heat on the grill. So ribs you could grill after they're cooked fully through. You could just put them right on the grill, okay? Right, and just hit it with a little barbecue sauce just to get that little crust and wake them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little of my special barbecue sauce here. Okay. Alright, so as you can see, I got the ribs directly on the heat. Okay. I just brushed a little bit of barbecue sauce on. See, just like that. Just, nice. Okay. Brush. Spread the love around a little bit. Ooh, Lord, child, this is good. Okay. And we're gonna give it a quick little turn. We want it to caramelize just a little bit. Okay. Don't get too nuts now. Oh shit! It fell right off. Look at that. Did you see that? It fell right off. That's okay. That's all right. These ribs are super tender. Super tender. Okay. Gotta get the backside too. You don't want one-sided tasting food. Never any good. Alright, so we're going to brush some sauce down on our ribs. Make them all nice and happy. Okay, and we got plenty left over for serving. Here, we're just going to get a little bit of this here. Okay, nice. Man, these things smell amazing. Okay, so it's going to caramelize a little bit. Alright. I'm just going to close the lid. Let it get a little happy for 2-3 minutes. And then we're ready to eat. Okay? That's the moment you've been waiting for. So hang out. Be right back. We're going to plate everything up. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so we pulled our ribs off the grill. As you can see, we plated everything up. We got our Polish cucumber salad, our perfectly barbecued ribs covered in our sensational Holy Q sauce. I got my Russian margarita here, and that's been our Friday edition. That's been our Father's Day edition of the Neighborhood Kitchen. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed the cooking show. Thanks for stopping in, spending a little time with me on Father's Day, and get out there and cook something, all right? So, you look like you need to eat something. I know I'm going to fucking munch, so see you when I see you.